Well, it's about 12:30. Can't sleep. So, it's time to shit one of these out again. Um I don't even have anything. Just got a rock going. Just got a lot going through your head, man. Especially this time of year. I don't know what all you boys out in I don't even know what the fuck to call it, the internet now. It doesn't even feel like the internet. It doesn't I don't know what it feels like. It doesn't feel right to call it the internet anymore. Maybe that's just me, but it feels so wrong, like different from what it should be, right? That like it doesn't feel the same. It just feels like a processed package of shit that I was. It literally feels like a new, like a worse form of like TV, not like the board TV, but like television. Um, I don't know how all you guys out on the net, the web, how all you guys out on the web are feeling, but I'm uh I'm okay. Obviously, people will yell at me if I bitch about anything too much. But the whole point of talking things out is to come to realization with them, then help you better plan out what you should do to begin to fix them. I think one thing that you realize as you get older, you'll find very, very few people want to hear what's going on with you. Very few people, if any, want to hear what's happening to you and about you. They actually care about what's happening to themselves. And you'll also find that you really only care what's happening to you. You don't care as much about what's happening to other people. You can try. I've had people tell me that girls are better at listening to people's problems than guys are. They're more empathetic. And I think sometimes in the short term that can be true, like on a moment to moment basis. I think it's sometimes true that women will listen to you more um, and act like they care more about what's going on with your life and like try and help you. But um, in the short term, they're better. But in the long term, a guy. I'm trying to plug my fucking. I'm trying to plug my headphones in. I fucking hate this world. I mean, I do enjoy the convenience of Bluetooth headphones, but I hate having to plug in and charge a pair of headphones. Like I've got both, but I usually use Bluetooth on my like day to day stuff, and I always make sure I get a phone with a headphone jack. I'm never buying one of those shitty phones without one. Like literally, I don't know. This was the design. I mean, there was a wider jack for like old systems, but that's been the design since like the original Walkman, and maybe even before that. I don't even know the age of the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, but it's got to be 70s, 80s, right? It was good for 40 years, and realistically, there's no reason to get rid of it. Absolutely none. There's no empirical benefit to getting rid of it other than just change for change sakes and to sell shit and try and sell people on Bluetooth, which I don't think is that good, but that's the point. But women especially will say this about themselves, that they're easier to listen for and they're the more empathetic gender. People, they'll say that. Um, and sometimes, yes, in the short term they can be, but in the long term, women women will listen to what you say, but they'll also remember it, and they'll remember the shit that you don't remember and hold it against you, which is bad. But also, in the long term, that's just a tool for them to get you to listen to them. Right? They say me, they see them listening to you as part of an exchange. And obviously, not all women, but this is just kind of how the women's brains work. I've noticed. It's a you them listening to you as part of an exchange, especially true with younger women and a lot. I don't know. I haven't talked to many Zoomer girls. I mean, girls my age. I mean, I haven't talked to them since like high school. I would say, but like girls younger than me, which I imagine it's probably worse. I don't even know what their brains like, but girls, like especially millennial age women, they see it as part of an exchange, and in return, you have to listen. They see it's like a you got to listen to them, but also more importantly, that means it depends that you have to be able to helpful, and then you have to be 100% perfect at listening to them and delivering uh, good listening, and you can't like ever like the expectation when you talk to girls is that you are on perfect top form, right? And you have to address their emotional needs perfectly, otherwise you are a failure. You need to like respond in the exact right way, otherwise, fuck off. You're just a piece of shit. And oh, all I did for you and whatever. Flip side, they can say horrible shit to you and you'll just take it because you're a bitch. Because you're man, you gotta tough it up and whatever. Guys, they won't really listen or care to you about your problems moment to moment. And they may not even be able to help you emotionally, like deal with it. Like you'll talk to them and then they just won't feel like anything happened. But there's no conditions to being your friend. Usually, there's usually no conditions to being your friend. They'll just be there for you, you know, and they'll help you out when they need to, if they can. And they'll be down to hang out and do shit for basically ever. Um, Something I've noticed. That's the difference. Uh, Not that you want to hear this from the king of the incel, right? Like, oh, I've got this incredible hot brain take on women and men. It's never been said before, ever by a million other people. But, when you feel like you want to talk to someone, it is. I understand why people value talking to women, why most guys prefer going to women therapists and shit like that. Which, by the way, therapy is just such bullshit, man. I'm so. Whenever I hear someone tell someone to go to therapy, it's such bullshit because most people don't need it. Unless you have significant trauma that you're working through, um, there is absolutely no reason why you need behavioral therapy. Because if you have a neurological condition, you actually need a neurologist, is what I think you would need in the long term. I don't know if neurology is advanced enough that we can prescribe that. But if you've got a legitimate brain or neurological condition, you need to be treated for that on a chemical level. Like talking through that shit isn't going to help you, unfortunately. And you can do mental exercises, like you can do physical exercises for stuff. But if you got a serious problem, you should be seeking other help besides a therapist, right? Maybe a therapist can help you a little bit, but it's not serious. That should be a accessory to the main treatment, which is a neurologist. Therapy to me, and I've been to therapy a bunch of times. I've tried going for it. I'm not on it right now because my health insurance is too expensive for me to afford it. That will change hopefully soon, but the problem with therapy is there is no end to it. Much like Alcoholics Anonymous, which I mean, it's a good program, especially since it's faith-based, but it's not a perfect program. And one of the things that is the problem with Alcoholics Anonymous is that there is no end. You are always an alcoholic. You will be forever. And one of the things with therapy that I don't like is the concept that you are in perpetual therapy. Like you never leave. It's like a part of your life forever. It's like, that's not good treatment. Imagine if like you broke your leg and you were told that you need to go to physical therapy, right, to repair it after you do your surgery, or if it's just healing on its own, you're in a cast. If you take the cast off, you gotta go to physical therapy. And they say, oh, well, how long do I have to go to physical therapy for? And they tell you forever. People be fucking like pissed. Like, I can't ever walk properly again now. I have to be doing this physical therapy forever, and like the exercises don't actually help you get better. They just help you get in a perpetual motion of slightly better than not doing it, but never fully 100% able to drop off it. The goal for any medical treatment should be to have you stop going at the end of it, to be able to live your life without having to go into the doctor. Now, I've got chronic conditions like allergies and asthma, but one of the things when I had allergies, which I um, did finish, but they've come back, unfortunately, is you get allergy shots, right? And if you get your allergy shots and you go in for the entire course of it, then by the end you should have limited to no allergies or limited to no allergic reactions to stuff because you have been exposed to it so much that your body has become used to it. And then you don't need to see the allergist you maybe just need to see him once or twice a year. You don't need to see him every couple months to deal with your condition. For any of the physical conditions, that's the goal. Mental conditions, they keep you in the loop. They keep you cycling forever. That you say on the payroll. It's what the real reason is, but I don't know if that was always the intention. It's so weird. I mean, why don't they do it with anything else then? But it's just such a weird thing, and like when people say, "Oh, guys, you just need to go to therapy." If all these people just went to therapy, bro, they'd be so much better off. I mean, therapy benefits a very small percentage of the population. Most people just need someone to talk to. And I think some people, their issues are that bad that most friendships can't help it, but it's passing the buck off um, from a friend or a colleague to this person you pay. It's a parasocial relationship. It's similar to like getting an OnlyFans to form a parasocial relationship, but it's with a therapist, right? I just don't like it. The problem is that it's like midnight. It's like 1 a.m. now, and I'm talking to my phone. I'm talking to my phone screen by myself in my room. I just don't. I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is the problem with being incel, being neat, being lonely, is that when you have moments like this where like you just get down, which happens. I don't know, people call it depression or anxiety or whatever, but when you get down, you really don't have anyone to go to. There's no way now I'm gonna call my mom or my dad right now. I mean, they would pick up, but I'm not gonna do that. And I don't even have anything I need to talk about. It's something like specifically wrong. You just feel off. That feeling when you're just off. You're not on 100%. Hoping that makes sense. I don't know. Get a lot of flack for being whiny and shit online, and I understand. You know. Again, if you don't like it, just don't watch the video. I don't know what else to say, but it's not coming off as whiny. It's me essentially making a video journal. It's a vlog, brother. It's a video log. It's me just recording my thoughts in video form. I hope you understand that. I don't know. You tell me. Tell me what the right thing to do is. I don't know. I'm assuming things are tough for anyone who's watching this too. To be around my channel and to be around this side of the internet. I'm assuming life's not going too well. And that's a bad assumption to make. Maybe there are happy people, but I think one of the reasons why I've delved this far deep into the internet is because I'm just not satisfied and content with how things are going. The world around me, with things that are out of my control. Everything that is in my control, and I'm a big Marcus Aurelius, big meditations fan. Now, the things in your life you can control, you should put yourself on the path to make your life as good as possible. The problem is that a lot of people, and my friends, I gave my friends all a copy of that book, and one of them took it too far and says, "Oh, everything in your life, there's just nothing that you can't, there's nothing in your life that is out of your control. Like everything that's miserable in your, anything that problems you have the ability to solve. It's like there are some things that are out of your control in the world. You know, at any moment, tornado could blow through here and kill me. That's fine. You can't live life thinking about that though. But the world around you can suck. And you can notice that your state, your civilization, just like your world that you're living in, the world you live in is in a state of decline. And things are worse now than they were 10 years ago in every objective measure. Like any way you could slice it, we are living worse lives now than we were 10 years ago. And that's a fact. And it's not because of environmental changes or lack of technological advancement. I mean, some of that's that. Um, the main reasons like life is worse now is like, I mean, one's economic. Economics are just worse, but you can't control it. On a micro level, you don't have any control over economics besides your own personal finances. Almost every change that's happened has been a social one. It's been some kind of societal change or some societal attitude we've adopted and we've accepted, right? Or there's been like a loss of like a way of thinking or way of living. And that's the problem. And the real problem is, for a lot of us, especially guys in our home internet, we've filled a void of social interaction in our lives with the internet. The real internet, not Twitter, YouTube garbage as it is now, especially Twitter and YouTube and Twitch or whatever as they are now. We filled the void with that. Right? But now, as the internet's changed, that version of the internet is dying or dead for the most part, and the parts that are still left are shells of their former selves and are slowly getting worse and worse. And in some cases, we're getting kicked off the parts that are getting more active users. I mean, there's more people on the internet than ever, but the internet feels deader than ever, right? I'm not sure if you guys feel that, but like with all these people being online right now, right? Like everyone's on the internet always looking for stuff to do, and it feels the most stale it's ever felt. There was more interesting stuff coming out in 1 month in 2008 on the internet than the entire year this year. There was more things coming out, interesting things coming out in like 1 month of Newgrounds during its height than an entire, like the last 2 years online. And it makes no sense. Like, we've all been locked up. The only creative outlets and social endeavors we've had have been online. And yet we've regressed and we've stagnated and we've allowed nothing to happen. Like, where are all the interesting cartoons? Where's all the Flash? I mean, Flash is dead. There's your answer. Flash. They killed Flash. They killed the internet. But, where's the interesting Flash cartoons or, like, online, like, browser games? Or freaking webcomics, or, fucking anything. Or like some weird obscure anime getting dubbed over. I'm not sure if you know, it's basically every anime that's come out for like the last things that isn't like a recurring season or something that basically is a known quantity, it sucked. Everything around us is stagnating. And there are still okay things coming out. But, like, just even general social interactions are stagnating, right? Like, fucking memes are stagnating. Like, orb? I was considering doing Neat Wizard orb pondering, right? Because I thought, that'll be topical. But I gave it like 3 seconds on. I thought, you know what? The orb pondering shit's not funny. The bus, it's not funny. This stuff is not fucking funny. And we have to pretend it is because we're desperate for anything new to like latch onto, and cling to for something fresh to keep ourselves alive in this like this sea of shit we've surrounded ourselves with. And you know what? We're clinging to shit that's not very fucking good. So we're just burning through it at record speed because more people are online, so more people are consuming shit. And there's less people either than making stuff. That's interesting. So what's going on? What's happening? I know I'm not some amazing arbiter of fucking video production, right? I'm not. But at least I'm fucking trying, right? I'm not making high art here, but at least I'm putting something out. I get fucking videos out every couple days. Where's everyone else? What's everyone else fucking doing? And yeah, some of my videos are like this, but, you know, I'll put together an edited thing every couple of days. And, you know, doing a fucking 3-hour live stream about some e-drama, that's not real content. Doing live streams, I think one of the main things I've noticed, it's the curse of Twitch and Patreon. The Patreon curse, everyone knows, you know, as soon as someone gets a Patreon, their content either dramatically drops and at some point will inevitably drop extremely in quantity and quality. The only exception has been OSW. Shockingly, they've I don't know if you could say they've gotten better, but they've maintained their quality and they've actually upped their quantity by quite a bit. So they are, I guess maybe just because they got the natural. Those guys should have a TV show, man. Those guys should have a fucking. The network should around. OSW should have been a fucking show on the WWE network, covering all this old stuff. They would have been perfect on there. God, can you imagine? Throw them on Peacock. Fuck, like, come on, it just makes sense. But you know, besides like that, and you know, so remember Demolition D? I'm not sure if you guys remember Demolition D. He was a decent YouTuber back in the day. Anime YouTuber. Kakame. He went on Twitch at some point. He stopped making videos, he just did Twitch streams. Now I don't even know if he does Twitch streams, but that's the cycle. You make YouTube videos, you get mildly popular from that. You transition to streaming, and then you just stream. You don't make videos, which is what happened to Egoraptor and JonTron too. I mean, JonTron eventually left and did start making videos again, but Egoraptor, that's the path he fell down too. You know, made videos that were good, went and did essentially Let's Plays or Twitch streams, which I would consider the same level of effort and quality. And then they stopped making regular videos, and then eventually, once the Twitch and Let's Plays eventually dry up because they're boring content, and your ego and your personality can only carry you so far, then you're left with nothing. Some of them will crawl back to making videos again, but most will not. Well, all this is to say that I just wanted to say I'm excited for after my Christmas special. I'll be doing a Let's Play of Sonic Adventure for the Dreamcast. I hope you'll all be there to watch it. We'll start episode 1 very soon. This is why I'm depressed, because I have to play Sonic Adventure 1 on stream. That's why I'm depressed. I just want to, like, fucking take the gun out and just, you know, get ready and just put the bullets in. I know it's only a 22, but it's enough to get the job done. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But Sonic Adventure 1, here we come.